2, 1. Hi there. So it's been about 2 weeks since I last uploaded, except for earlier today. And before that, I was being really, really inconsistent. Now, I have some really good reasons for that and also some really bad reasons, but I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of just never finding the motivation to do anything because I'm like, oh, well, I've got this excuse, I've got that excuse. But I do have some really good reasonings for why I've been inactive, why I've been stressed out, why I've been maybe a bit depressed on Twitter. And so I kind of laid out like some bad things that I've got going on in my life right now to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. So I'm 17 and I'm currently living with my sister. My mom moved out and I'm just kind of living with my sister and her new husband. They just got married, so that's a good thing, I guess. They're happy and they're just trying to sort out their life, but they've already got like a fully grown kid basically living with them. And I'm just kind of doing chores and making sure everything's done around the house. And that's not really something that an almost 18-year-old should be doing. Like the 18-year-old is the one who should be moving out of their parents' house, not staying in to live with their sister. It's hard to adjust to, and there's not many people who understand the situation because there's not many people who went through a similar situation. So it's kind of weird getting used to not having my mom around or stuff like that. I still see my mom every so often, but it's kind of just her dropping off a paycheck to take care of me. But I mean, that's like, it's not really much. I miss her. I really do. I mean, she's like a 30-minute drive, but I don't have my license yet, so whatever. But also, senior year is incredibly stressful. I never thought that senior year would be this stressful. I never thought I'd have this bad of senioritis, which if you don't know what senioritis is where you absolutely just are done with school. You don't want to be there anymore. You don't want to do any of it, but you kind of have to, so you just kind of go with it and hate it the entire time. And like trying to do all this college stuff and just feeling like I'm a burden on my mom or anything. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to, I don't know. I don't want to be anybody's responsibility anymore. It's kind of like my responsibility, but I'm kind of stuck. I can't do anything with my own responsibility because it's not really up to me to do. And just signing up for college and having to take all of these tests and the payments and it's so complicated. I don't even know where to start. Everybody just keeps on telling me I need to get this and that. Tomorrow I have to buy my cap and gown. Like, I don't want to grow up yet, but I'm having to face the reality that I'm already grown up. I don't want to be yet. Stay young as long as you can. And now, the ultimate stressor, the ultimate bad thing in my life. Before I go into this, I'm just going to say, when it comes to your life, when it comes to being stressed out, a couple years ago, I thought that I was at the worst point in my life. I thought nothing could get any better. I had lost my best friend. My mom hated me, or so I thought. And I had no boyfriend. I had nobody making me happy. So I honestly had no plans for the rest of my life. And I was so naive. I almost ended my life right then and there because I thought it wouldn't get any better. And then when it did, I was so happy. I was like, okay, everybody always tells me things are going to get really, really, really bad and then they're going to get good again and then I won't have to worry. But that's not exactly true. You'll have things and they'll get really, really bad. And you just got to carry on and live until things get better again. And then when they do, cherish that for as long as you can, because it doesn't stay that way. It gets bad again. It gets worse sometimes. It doesn't always stay happy this, happy that. I was stupid to think that I would always be that way. But I'm at a bad point again. I'm at a point where I don't really know what to do. And I started my YouTube channel when I was at my best point, because I was saying, hey, I can share this feeling with other people. I can make other people as happy as I am. And one of the ways that I was able to be pulled out of this was by my favorite YouTubers, such as Grazer or H-Bomb. And they honestly inspired me to do what I do today with my channel. But when things started going downhill again, I didn't feel like I could be as inspiring as they were. I didn't feel like I could motivate people in the same way that they did. So I lost my motivation to upload. And I started just pushing everybody away. And I don't even know why necessarily I do this. It's, I guess, part of my anxiety. But I push people away when I don't want them to get warped up in what I've got going on. But basically what's been happening since around Easter. On Easter, I got in an argument with my dad. Now, my parents are divorced. They've been divorced for a really long time, but I got in an argument with my dad because he would not let me inside the house on Christmas. And I had Hayden in the car, who had flown all the way from Wisconsin, and I really wanted Hayden to meet my dad because that's my dad. And my dad just didn't want to let him inside the house, didn't want to let me inside the house. And on Easter, he tried to tell me it was to get revenge on my mom. And I just told him, you don't use your children to get revenge on your ex-wife. Now, a couple days after that, I got a phone call saying that my dad had been Baker acted, which, if you don't know what that means, it means they had been forcibly put in the hospital for mental reasons, like reasons of self-harm or harm to others. He had picked up a knife and attempted to kill my uncle, also a gun. He was being very violent, and that was when his mental health started deteriorating. He was Baker acted several other times after that, but it started really like hitting me, and I felt like it was my fault, and I was blaming myself, but it wasn't my fault at all. My dad had severe PTSD, and eventually he was threatening to bomb a bar while buying ammo. So he was Baker acted and put on a plan for 6 months in a mental institution to try and figure out what was going on. We didn't even know he was in there until right after this vacation that I've got going on as the background video. This is the Tennessee trip back in June. We didn't figure out that he was Baker acted again until after this video. We were actually planning on going to see him when we got home from this. And we didn't figure out until we got a call that he had gotten a seizure, or had a seizure while in the hospital. And I didn't actually know the full extent of what was going on until my sister's wedding day, when my oldest sister told me that my dad not only had severe PTSD, but he also had a seizure disorder, he had Alzheimer's, he had Parkinson's, and worst of all, he had dementia. Now, what we think it is frontotemporal dementia, which means he's slowly losing his mind, and the first things that are going to go are his emotions and his ability to use language. I haven't seen my dad since Easter. And I know he does not have much time left. He just turned 60. And he does not have much time left on this planet. And it is honestly tearing me apart. And my sister is terrified to see him because she didn't invite him to her wedding because he was locked up and she didn't think he could come see it. And she's my only link to him because I don't have a license and I'm not 18. So I can't go see him on my own. And that's a lot of stress, and that's not something anybody should have to go through. Anybody should have to put up with. And it's made me to where I'm literally having panic attacks like every day. And I want so badly to make you guys happy with my uploads and with my smiles and with my laughs and just random shit that I say, but I have to make myself happy first. And so I'm going to try my hardest to make you guys happy and hopefully make myself happy in the process, because I have some damn good things going on in my life. Despite all of that hell, I still have some really good things. I have Hayden in my life. I have this amazing boyfriend that is in Wisconsin who cares about me and makes sure I'm okay. We've been together for 14 months now. And he just always wants to make sure I'm okay, and he knows everything that's going on, and he's there for me through all of it, through every single freak out session that I have. I posted this on Twitter, but I just got the lead in the musical. The lead, like I am the main part. So that's going to take up a lot of my time, but that's also going to really help me out because that'll give me a point of leadership and a point to help other people out and kind of teach them. And I don't know, that's what I feel like I sometimes do on here, is I kind of teach you guys how to handle what's going on in your lives. But I don't know. What's going on right now is not all bad. So don't get really, really worried for me. I promise everything will find a way to work itself out. It always does. And even if that means me taking a break after my father's death and coming back with some new lesson to teach you, I will do it as long as it's still making me happy. Now, the only thing I really can ask in return is just that you guys continue to support me, continue to be there for me, and continue to help me out in whatever situation I have going on, because you guys make me so happy with your support, and I could not ask for a better group of people to watch my videos. You guys are all amazing and spectacular, and I don't know how I got so lucky, but I did. And if you guys will just do me a really big favor, I know my content has changed so much since my channel started. I am not the same person I was over a year ago when I first created my channel. And what I kind of want you guys to do is find your favorite video on my channel and comment it below so that I know what kind of content you guys like, and I know what Rose you guys like, who you guys like as a person, and how I can bring that back for you guys to make you guys happy and make me happy. Because if I bring back that old person, who knows, that could be what makes me happiest. My sister's singing in the background now. But before I just start crying, I'm gonna stop rambling here, but I meant for this to be a really short video. But I just needed to get a lot off my chest and kind of just let you guys know what was going on, because I think I've been kind of unclear on Twitter and everything. So, but I've got a lot of new series coming, and then there's some other things, like you guys can tell me what series you want me to continue and stuff like that. Just stay interactive, share my channel, help me kind of grow so I don't feel like I'm not making any difference anymore. I always want to feel like I'm making a difference. So if I make you happy, let me know somehow, and I'll appreciate it. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, but I hope this taught you guys that things do get better and then they do get worse again. But just because they got worse does not mean that they won't get better again. And just because they're bad does not mean there isn't anything good. You always got to just look for the bright side. Look for what's good. And remember it. And you'll be feeling so much better. So I hope you guys all have an amazing day. And I will see you guys all again in the next video of whatever I make. Which I don't even know what that'll be. But we'll see. Bye, rosebuds.